Alright. Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about prompt 1 of module 12. Today's question is going to be, what do bureaucracies do that other elements of a government, such as a legislature or a court system, do not do? And how could large organizations like governments and corporations function without a bureaucracy? First of all, let's start off with what a bureaucracy is. A bureaucracy is a part of a government that's given tasks that legislature doesn't have time to deal with. Um, a commonly known part of bureaucracies would be the FDA, FBI. The FDA and FBI are a pretty known part of the bureaucracies. Um, and what bureaucracies do is bureaucracies primarily handle administrative tasks within a government, such as implementing laws, regulations, and policies, managing public services, collecting taxes, and overseeing various government functions. Basically, which is all basically in the range of things that the rest of the government doesn't have time to do or deal with because they're too busy making sure that the House of making sure that the house is all they're functioning and everything is aligned and in order to deal with day-to-day problems that the government is facing constantly. Unlike other elements of the government, bureaucracies are typically responsible for day-to-day operations and ensuring the efficient functioning of government institutions. They often focus on detailed procedures, regulations, and protocols to achieve their goals. Um, let's see. All right. And to answer the second question, how could large organizations like governments and corporations function without a bureaucracy? Personally, I believe they wouldn't be able to because bureaucracies play a major role in the functioning of the government and corporations. Bureaucracies handle all these smaller tasks that other people do not have time to deal with or don't want to make time to deal with, and they also aren't replaced as often as people in the cabinet, and that's because bureaucracies tend to be made up of people who specialize in certain categories and they know more than the average person in said category. Another thing that bureaucracies do is they look over laws and they can make new laws, but there is that making new laws is limited because otherwise they would be overpowered, tipping the balance of the system. Um, they also basically translate the laws. If you've ever looked over, yeah, they basically translate laws. And if you've ever looked at a law before, like the original form of it, it's very complicated, and I say the wording is very difficult. And I personally would struggle to understand what the law is with all the wording. And the bureaucracy basically they reword it so it's easier for people like us to understand. But that'll be all for today. Have a great. All right, and some of my main source of information is going to be the crash course video. I believe it was number 15 and 16 about bureaucracies.